Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes as we head into the next couple of weeks, which is the hottest part of the summer months. And coming up tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show, that's what we'll be talking about. And the tropics are quiet too. Also, some areas that haven't seen rain for a while are going to get some. So we'll talk about that tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Watches and warnings across the United States and advisories are all heat related. We've got excessive heat watches up for Northern Virginia into Maryland and Delaware. Also, in a couple of counties in north central Massachusetts, heat advisories are up where there's not excessive heat. Watches or warnings up. We've got heat advisories along the southeast coast, parts of the Gulf states, South Florida, the Central Plains, and the Middle Mississippi and Missouri River Valley, and then out in the west, where we still have areas of excessive heat, although it has diminished some since what we had earlier in the week. On the satellite loop, clouds and rain from yesterday, all well offshore now, moving northeastward. So from Maine down to Florida, it's pretty much a sunny day. The temperatures are headed up, and we've got some showers and thunderstorms moving across the Great Lakes, and also back into parts of Minnesota and the Dakotas. We'll see a little cloud cover out in the west, but the western United States, for the most part, enjoying a sunny Sunday. And here's what the radar looks like as of 10 a.m. Eastern Time, with some storms around the Chicago, Milwaukee area, also into parts of northwest Ohio in the east. Other than that one stray cell you see moving across I 80, intersecting with I 81. Again, this is as of 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The radars are nice and quiet from Maine down to Florida and throughout much of the southeast and the rest of the Ohio Valley. Storm Prediction Center for today, we're looking at a slight risk for severe weather. We'll get this to load soon enough. While it's there, we go. We've got a slight risk for severe weather in parts of the Midwest as well as in the Northern Plains. And this comes with two areas of 2% tornado risk. As we move on to tomorrow, Monday, we've got marginal risk from the plains east to Pennsylvania and upstate New York to about the Catskills. Marginal to me means isolated severe thunderstorms, and the slight risk means perhaps they may be more patchy or more numerous from southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, northwest Indiana, and southwestern Michigan. And day three, which is Tuesday into Wednesday, we are looking at a marginal risk for severe weather from Maine southwestward, cutting across Pennsylvania on a diagonal through Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and western Nebraska and eastern Colorado. There's nothing in the long range at the moment, other than the fact that the predictability for day four, which is Wednesday into Thursday morning, is too low. However, I think there is probably going to be the risk for some severe weather in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. And as far as rainfall is concerned over the next 7 days, looking at a half to three-quarters of an inch, with some pockets of an inch and a half at parts of the Northeast. Rain will be heavier, though, Southeast Virginia, North Carolina, westward into eastern Tennessee, northeast Georgia, and South Carolina, an inch and a half to some areas as much as 2.5 inches of rain. And a lot of these places in the southeast are on the dry side. Also in Florida, inch and a half to some 2.5 inch amounts from north to south, parts of the middle Mississippi Valley and the lower Great Lakes, as well as the central and southern Rockies. Most of the west is on the quiet side. And with respect to flash flooding, we have a marginal risk from North Dakota southeastward into Ohio and western Pennsylvania. There's a slight risk area indicated there in northwest Illinois. That is for today and tonight. And from Monday into Tuesday morning, the slight risk northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, northern Indiana, southwestern Michigan. And day three, we have a marginal to slight risk extending from Vermont southwestward through the Ohio Valley, across Missouri, and then back into Colorado and parts of the Southwest. So it's really going to be all about the heat this week. We're starting it today in the Northeast. A break yesterday because of cloud cover kept temperatures down somewhat, especially in coastal locations, but no excuse today. We're going to see temperatures rise up into the upper 80s to some middle 90s as you go further south. And then Monday, same thing, middle to upper 90s. I wouldn't be surprised in parts of Virginia and Maryland if you see some 100-degree readings on Monday. And there's probably the risk for some thunderstorms late Monday afternoon and Monday evening. There's an upper trough that's moving through. Then, as we move on into Tuesday, which I think will be the hottest day this week, we'll see widespread highs of 95 to 100 from central and southern New England down through all of the southeast and back through the Gulf states. I think the hottest temperatures will be in Virginia, Maryland, and southern Pennsylvania. I think many of those areas will break 100 degrees. Wednesday, the last day of excessive heat, because we do have a cold front that's going to be coming through. And with that, the chance for thunderstorms late Wednesday into Wednesday night. And if this front moves along, which we think it will, we will finally get a break in the humidity later Thursday, Thursday night, and Friday in the Northeast and Mid Atlantic states, while we will also get in the Southeast and into the Carolinas more numerous showers and thunderstorms. Again, that area of the U.S. Being on the dry side for the last several weeks or longer. So do not forget that tonight is the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast. We'll be back at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time.